regarding of how it's like to teach in Bradford. So what I'm going to do about a 20-minute video about what to watch out for in this city while you're driving in Bradford. You'll see that we've had to slam on, or rather I've had to slam on. The reason why is because there's a box junction in front of me. You'll see the Golf, you'll see this car. This is something that you need to understand. This is like unacceptable driving when you're driving a car. And you'll see this Golf behind me, this Audi. And he is in a mind of his own, and he's going to probably overtake and turn right. Now we can't move until now we can move. And now he's come back into our lane behind us. And the thing is, in Bradford, you've just got to watch out. In Bradford, you've got to keep left. In Bradford, the driving standards are quite irrational sometimes. It doesn't make sense. It's not textbook driving. But this standard of driving isn't the standard that you drive at for a driving test. At these traffic lights, we're going to turn left, okay? Now, I've got somebody in the car that I'm kind of taking around Bradford, so she understands it. Now, she can drive a car. She's driven a car before. But she wants to become a driving instructor, so I'm kind of giving her a hand. And we also have one of the best trainers in the business. He oversees everything we do, and he's a top driving examiner slash senior examiner. So he used to kind of watch us and assess us as we were teaching. I have the courtesy of working with him, and he's a lovely man. So what we're going to do here, we're going to turn left at these traffic lights. Now this is generally speaking a road that you would be going on your driving test, and you will be turning left here. Now at the traffic lights, I believe this is called Frisingall Road or Manningham Lane. When we turn left here and follow the sign for Skipton, people from the opposite side turn in front of you. So it's something you need to be aware of, and you also need to be checking your left door mirror here quite regularly, just to make sure that there's nobody, especially cyclists, coming down the road. So you check your mirror again here, and now you do your routine here, and you keep moving forward and not going to cycle lane, which is what this person, that's fine. Keep moving, you're going too slow, you're causing this, then, and then this happens. Now we have two faults here with this pupil. A, she's just slowed down into the junction, which she just did earlier on. And secondly, the pedestrian walking across. We're going to go ahead at this junction. And the problem you've got here is, in Bradford, it all works. Nothing is absolute. So it just all works. Like now we're doing 25 on a 30 road. It's normal. But in Bradford, you keep your speed high. Otherwise, that silver car just drives out in front of you. So you keep your speed reasonable. See that now we've dropped our speed to 21, and it's a 30 road. And this is something you need to be consciously aware of in Bradford. So you need to keep it, like now we're doing 26, so we need to keep our speed 28 or above, but below the speed limit. And this is the local school kids going into the park. And that's something you need to be aware of in winter, especially when it rains, the leaves falling into the road, and that affecting your braking. And how does it affect your braking? We can go when it goes amber, those nutty crossings, so you'd go. And now we can see a bus lane, but the bus lane's not in operation, so we're going to use it. So we're going to move into the bus lane because the bus lane starts at 3 p.m. It's not 3 p.m, so we're going to go into it. But at 25 miles an hour, I can walk faster than this, and I'm fat. That's better. Now, if any of my pupils are watching this, they'll know that I use that as a common sort of thing to get my pupils going faster. Now, we're travelling at 30 and this lorry's overtaking me, and he can do. It's 30 here. But now you need to look in your right door mirror, because people now will start coming into your lane and pushing their car in. But by you dropping your speed, you're causing your own problem. So now at these traffic lights, we're going to turn left. So our lane filters to the left, so we can filter to the left. Now when we filter to the left, there is also a give way immediately in front of us. So even though our light is green, we have a give way. We must give way to cars ahead of us that are turning right. That's the red car that you will see very, very soon. So as we go ahead, we're going to turn left at these lights. As you're turning left, give way to obviously the red car if he turns in front of you. If he's ready to go, if he's like us, if it's Bradford, he's going to go very, very quickly. So it's something you need to understand about Bradford driving. It's aggressive. It's very high pitched, or it's tense. So the pitch of the driving is a lot faster. It's a bit more aggressive. So traveling on the road at 25 miles an hour is going to get you beeped at, whereas in Leeds it wouldn't. So as we go ahead, we're going to turn left at these lights. The red car's turn now. And this is a common test fail, as most will say. See, like now we're doing 15 and it's unreasonable. Yep, keep going. You ever give way? There's nobody coming. Come on, keep moving. And now we're going up a hill. So pick up some speed. Now, one thing I've noticed with this driver, although it's a full license holder, I've noticed that there's a lot of hesitancy at junctions. Now, that hesitancy is fed by sometimes her own speed. So sometimes you become the very thing that you're afraid of. So you're afraid of somebody pulling out in front of you, but you're actually causing it yourself as well. So it's very important that you reflect on your own driving as you're driving in this city. So just because people drive bad doesn't mean that you're not driving bad. You're probably triggering that as well. And that's the clean air charge zone finished. So now as we're going ahead, this is one of the sort of test route areas of Bradford. So as we're going ahead, at some point we'll be turning left. And we're driving at a very comfortable 29, 30 miles an hour, which is very healthy. So we're now going to follow the diversion by taking the next road on the left. And you'll see that the signalling is timed correctly. But look, we're slowing down too much. We've dropped to 15 too early. And now we're going a little too slow to go into this junction. And you can feel this. Now for me, personally, that's a little too slow. However, the pupil finds it okay, so cool, you know, no big deal. The camera's shaking. I've ordered another GoPro. I'm using my mobile phone, which isn't really doing the job very well. Now then on this road, when you're going back to the test centre, especially Heaton Test Centre, what you'll find is people need to travel at an appropriate speed. There is a mosque on the left hand side where that for sale sign is. It's here, it's on the left. You can see it now. Now on a Friday you have to be very careful here. Why? Because lots of cars are parked here. So now you'd reduce the pace of your car. So you'd reduce your speed slightly because this happens. And then you'd look in your mirrors more often here. Then reduce your speed further if you need to. Now we're doing 17 miles an hour, which is very reasonable for now, but reduce your speed for taximan. Now carry on at an appropriate speed. We're going to take the next road on the right again. So you'd start your routine from here going back to the test centre. So now that car in front of us has right of way, but you've got to watch out for the budding Lewis Hamiltons coming down the road. So you'd make sure it's safe, then you turn now, but you'd watch people getting out of the car, like this man here, going into the LED shop. They sell cameras and it's like a wholesale place. Now we're watching roadmen over here, so we're going to go at an appropriate speed, but we're going to see if one of them can kind of make eye contact with us. And they're not, they're busy doing their own thing. But the speed that we're travelling at is 10. So we've acknowledged that there's a problem and it's busy and we need to deal with it. So we're now heading back to Heaton Test Centre. Heaton Test Centre is just after the children's sign. You can see it there, the warning sign, where the white bus is, just before the white bus. But it's a wide turn that you have to make because it's a traffic calming measure. So again, we look in our mirrors. We don't need to signal yet. We're looking at the car in front of us that looks committed, so he's coming through first. So we're going to stop here. And we're going to carry on now. We're going to take the next road on the left. So now she'll signal left, turn left. That's it. And we'll go a little faster because we're going a little too slow. Again, that's one thing I've noticed with these pupils. The speed that they travel at is a bit slow. And Heaton Test Centre is on your left hand side here. We're going to follow the road ahead. And there's 3 examiners working here today. So we're now going to find a safe place to park on the left here. And we're going to come to a stop here. Now, on your driving test, you won't be coming as far as this road at Heaton Test Centre. But on the right hand side, where this black Golf is, where this white van is, there's another mosque. So on a Friday, if you're going to be doing a driving test here, you need to be careful, especially with Friday prayers. Generally speaking, 1 o'clock till 2 is like prayer time, usually, not just in Bradford, universally throughout the country. So be a bit careful about coming into this test centre in terms of timing and where you're parking the car, how you're moving off and where they move off. We are going to do some more driving in Bradford before I finish off. Let's turn the car on. Come on then, let's turn it on. You can't speak, you know. Okay, turn it on. And this test centre apparently had one of the lowest pass rates around. But you know, the pass rates are dictated by what you bring here. So if your teaching is poor or you haven't taught your pupil to a good standard, then they're going to keep failing here. Now you can hear my pupil dry steering the car. That winds me up because it's damaging the geometry of my car. Just thought I'd drop that in. And we're going to follow the road ahead. Now you'll see that this pupil will stop moving when we're travelling ahead. But if my pupil actually goes over 5 miles an hour, maybe they'd acknowledge that the car's come to a standstill. That's a tongue-in-cheek cut up road to my pupil. At the end of this road, we're going to turn left. Now here, you have to be very careful at the test centre. If you're teaching in this city, this road is like a road that they use all their G-Wagons and their RS3s on. West Yorkshire Police were aware at one point that this is where drug dealers used to count their money. So anyway, the speed limit on this road is 20. Traffic calming measures are here. So if you were going to move out, you'd move out now. You both have giveways on either side. So whoever changes direction first, generally speaking, has priority over the other. And I'm just going to walk you around or either drive you around. Now my pupil is about to go over 20 and my pupil needs to remember that it's her responsibility as a driver. And if she's going to go over 20 miles an hour, she will be responsible for that, not the instructor. So we're going to go to the end of this road and we're going to turn right. And usually, if you're going to have problems on this road as a learner or as an instructor, it's here. They pop out from the road on the left. There's nothing coming, you can go. They usually pop out from here where the shop is, and they don't stop, they don't care, and they're not bothered. So you, as the driver of this car, have to kind of work your way around that. So now at the end of this road, we're going to turn right. And you'll see how that man there cut the corner when he was coming in. That was me braking for my pupil there because she seems to think that we've got a bit of a runway here and we clearly haven't. Okay, so we're making effective observations. It's murder doing a right turn here. It's really and yes, you will be coming out here on your test. Yeah, that's fine, I know. Yeah, you just wait, no problem. Keep looking. I hate that right turn. I hated it when I used to teach here, and I'm so glad I don't teach anymore. Honest to God, I hate that turn. I don't know what goes through examiners' heads when a pupil pulls out from there, I swear to God. Anyway, we're going to follow this road ahead. We're going to come up to a roundabout. Now this roundabout here, as newly put in, it's fresh. Obviously you give way to your right. Now what I normally do is I signal left here, and that's what this pupil's going to do. And she's going to gently carry on once it's safe. Now the reason why I signal left here is, we'll go, there's nothing here. Well, clearly you know what I'll be teaching my pupil on. Okay, I signal left there, and it stops the cars ahead of me stopping for me, because they know where I'm going, which then in effect stops people on my right stopping for me. Anyway, okay, so we're now going to follow the sign for Haworth. That means we're going to turn left at them traffic lights. Now we're travelling at 25 miles an hour for some reason. That's better. We're now travelling at a healthy 28 miles an hour, which is good. And we're now going to look in the left door mirror because that's right, because we were about to straddle the line. So Haworth is a left turn at these lights. Now this would be marked down as a minor because she signalled too early. There's a road on the left. And why we're dropping down to 15, I don't know. The lights are green. Now we're going to come across a roundabout here. This is a test route for Heaton Test Centre, if I can still remember it. Shout out to my oldies. So now we're going to reduce our speed slightly, and we're going to stay in the lane on the right. We're going to look in our rear view mirror. We're going to go ahead. So we're now going to look in the left door mirror, and there's a car in my left door mirror. So we're going to go in a straight line over the roundabout. Why are we going to go in a straight line? Why are we going to go in a straight line? Because there's a car in my left. So because there was a car on my left, it's appropriate to go ahead over the roundabout. It's classed as exceptional circumstances. Do you understand that now? Do you understand why I grabbed your wheel and made you go over the roundabout then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Don't know who taught you to drive, needs shooting. Okay, so now you're pulling up on your left here. So let's say we're going to pull up anywhere on the left over here. Stop somewhere near this white post. Yeah. And now move off when you're ready. You don't need to do it, just signal right, move off when it's safe. So you don't have to put the car in a park. Next time look into your blind spot when you move off. What's that ticking noise? I think I need to teach you how to drive, never mind teach you how to become an instructor. And continue following the road ahead. You don't know. So now the speed limit 30, but once you go past that speed camera, once we go over the brow of the hill, the speed limit goes into 40. Now this will take you towards Willesden, and we then turn left onto that country road. We'll see it in a couple of minutes. So now the speed limit's 40. You look in your rear view mirror, you increase your speed, but watch the white van that's emerging. Now these white vans in Bradford, they don't care. I've not met one Mercedes Sprinter van driver that actually cares about what he's doing on the road. So that's a pre-warning to you guys about Mercedes vans in Bradford. So the speed limit's 40, and what speed are we doing? That's better. There's cows crossing here, and there's a farm on the left. So be aware that the cows could be kind of waiting at the side of the gate, and he could be crossing them. It's happened to us when we were on a driving test here. And if that happens, you just stop the car, you let them cross. You know, you're making massive speed drops. You know, you were doing 40, you're doing 28 now. You need to make very gentle, like calm speed drops. Okay, that means you're either not concentrating on the road, or you think you own this road. Okay, So you need to concentrate on where you're going. We're now going to follow the sign for Haworth. You can see it marked there. It's ahead at the crossroads. Keep your speed up. Look, you're dropping it again. You have a problem keeping consistency with your speed, you know. I'd hate to drive behind you. So we're now going to continue following the road ahead. We're following the sign for Haworth. Yeah, that's ahead. Yes, I just said it's ahead. Follow sign for Haworth. It was marked on the left. So here, we continue following this road ahead for a good sort of mile. Well, not at 20 miles an hour. So we need to go a little bit quick. That's it. That's better. And then the speed limit will go into 40 soon. So what we need to do is we need to make the adjustment after we go through the sign. So you'd keep your speed below 30 until you go through. Can we keep it at 30? Then look in your rear view mirror, now increase up to 40. So reasonably, above 35 is pretty reasonable. That's better. You're doing 34. Now at some point, well, you can see how people drive in Bradford by seeing the bricks that are missing. We're now going to take the next road on the left, which is just after the bus stop, where that big stone is on the left. And this road leads onto a country lane. We can see the black van coming down the road. Now look up into that road before you turn in. Keep your car straight as you turn in. If you can't turn in, you stop. And that's the car in a holdback position, and we can carry on. We'll go, let the car, come on, move. Now here, there's a warning sign for horse riders. So you've got to be careful. Now, how do you deal with a horse rider? You can see the other car parked on the left now. So be a bit more careful as you go onto this country road. Although the speed limit is a healthy speed limit. But you need to slow down and see what this man's doing, and it could be a horse rider. And there's the van. Carry on if it's safe. Go. That's it. Move back to your side when you can. So now we're on this country road, and we need to make sure our speed's respectable. Now you need to watch out for horse riders. They usually come out from where this white van is over here, where this house is here, or this little, you can't see it now, we've just driven past it. This is usually where they come out on this test route, and they'll travel along this road. Now this road bends to the left. Now currently we're doing 35 miles an hour, which is reasonable, although the speed limit is a lot more than this. It's showing you there it's 50, but this is reasonable. We're now going to take the next road on the left. After that 30 sign, keep going. There's a pub called Prince of Wales. It's on the right. It's closed down. It's immediately on the left there where that car's coming out from. It's on the left, my side. You're slowing down too much. Look, the road's here. Carry on going. What are you looking for? Just turn. What's the speed limit now? You don't know what speed limit is here? I swear to God, you know the man that taught you to drive? 30 here, 30. And you should be doing 30 now. You must remember this. So right now the speed limit is 30. We went through that 30 sign. But because you've just gone through a 50, it makes you feel that it's a country road, you should be going faster. but there's street lights, and it showed you a 30 sign, so it's 30 here. Continue following the road ahead. Now this is a country road, so there's two things to see. You need to see the Range Rover, and you need to watch people like this overtaking you. This is Bradford. Anyone overtakes because they want to overtake. Now on the left we can see a sign telling us what kind of a shape of a bend it is, and also this is a floodplain. It's like a relief that they built on the left where this new stone walling is, so be prepared for like water saturating you when it rains very, very heavy. So the road bends to the left now. Can we go faster? You're doing 20 miles an hour. Look behind you as well. And the reason I keep making these passive comments about the speed, you need to be consciously aware of your speed. At the end of this road, we're going to turn right. Okay? When we turn right, look at how you need to position your car. It's not a straight road, so be careful how you position. I don't think I've been on this road for a good fair few years. Oh no, tell a lie. That is a lie. I'll be here tonight, but it's a road that I rarely use. Okay, so we're going to turn right at the end of this road. The end of the road is very, very soon. Keep close to the centre line. Look at how the road bends. So follow the curve. So reduce your speed. Stay close to this line. And then you stop like this. And we can go when it's safe. Yeah, that's turning right there. And the reason why we've stopped like this, so cars on the left can go past us. No, you won't. It's not right. It's not safe yet. Go then. So now, along this road goes down past Aldi, goes past Lidl. Now usually, on your test route, this is the way back to the test centre. So you'd be taking the first exit left off the next roundabout, and that takes you back towards Heaton Test Centre. And that's what we'll be doing on this route today. So here you'd slow down, and now you'd carry on. Why would you slow down? Because there's not enough space between you and cars on the right. And now you can carry on, the road's wide enough. Now we've got some speed humps along this road, so you're expected to reasonably adjust your speed. And here's one now. So if you feel like Smokey and the Bandit, it's because your pupil's driving and wanting to adjust the geometry of your car. So we're going to follow the road round. We've got a school sign here, so the school's actually on the right. I think it's still here. Again, it's just school time, so be careful with your 8-10 test. The school's on the right here. We're going to follow this road down. As we go down, we've seen a warning sign. I think they've just put that up actually, because they never had that there before. There's a zebra crossing outside the pub. I don't think I've seen that sign here before. And it's for this one here. So again, you've got another sort of situation where you're meeting vehicles. And this is where you come across your buses, your large vehicles. Again, you look for the holdback position, a place where you'd stop if you needed to. Now, is that girl crossing? No, she's not looking over her shoulder, so we're going to carry on. Now the road, we can see a sign on the left telling us children could be crossing, and also it's a sharp bend to the left. Yeah, unless you want to go into a cemetery or park. Now go faster, the road's clear. And we can see the holes in the walls as to how fast people have been driving in this area. Now this road will take us back towards Heaton Test Centre. So when we get to the roundabout, we're going to take the first exit. So the roundabout's here and we need to maintain our lane. So you look in your left door mirror, you come to the left, you signal left, and do not go over the white line. Come into your lane, go a little faster, don't go over the line. Look in your right door mirror, keep that line in your door mirror, and go, give gas and go. And because you don't need your signal, you cancel it before this road or your test would finish, and then you'd fail it. Now we watch out for the local bus that comes down this road. Usually there's a bus that comes down, and because we're near the Bradford Royal Infirmary, buses are very, very regular. We are going to come across another roundabout in a second, and we're going to go ahead at that roundabout. You need to give way to obviously anybody on your right that are turning right, or anybody on your right that's not signalling that could be turning right. And signalling is it, yes, we're going to go ahead. There's a barrier there. They're not going to jump over the barrier and drive across. So now, again, we're outside of Bradford. Now, you'll see that the pupil's getting a bit close to the cars on the left. Your yardstick is 1 metre. And that's something that I've noticed with this pupil. She doesn't make regular mirror checks. And she doesn't understand her depth perception as well as I do. And that's something that I'm going to be educating her on. So I will be educating Rita soon. We're going to follow the road ahead. At the traffic lights, we're going to go ahead. So now we're looking at rear view mirror because the lights have been on green for a long time. So you don't accelerate through junctions, you maintain your speed. However, be prepared to stop. So this is taking us back towards Heaton Test Centre. So when we go ahead, we're going to go through these lights. So like now you need to reduce your speed for the van, for the lorry, and you're going to stop to let them go. Now you can carry on. That's because there's cars parked on either side, and that's something you have to watch out for in Heaton Test Centre. We're now going to come across these lights and we're going to go ahead. Now we're going to remain in the lane on the left. And we're going to follow the sign for Elcroft. And we're going to follow the sign for Elcroft. We're going to go ahead at the roundabout, second exit. You can speak, you know. Second exit is towards Bradford School of Motoring and towards Kiddies Motors. Have you never been on this roundabout before? And we're going to go ahead. Start moving. Look to your right. Keep moving. Stay in your lane. Come on, move. Shall I teach you to drive again? You have a roundabout here, so give way to your right and keep on the edge of the roundabout. Keep on the left and go. There's nothing coming. Second exit at the roundabout. Where is it? Second exit is over there. Go. What are you waiting for? Yeah, go. Have I told you to turn yet? Take the next road on the left. This one up here. And then as you go, be very careful, there could be cars coming down. So as you go in, don't go too fast. Nice and slow. Now follow the road up. And this will take you back towards the test centre. So now if there's any cars coming from the end of this road, you need to find a place to stop. And this is usual on this road. People just dump their cars here and they leave them here overnight. Bradford Council aren't bothered. You're going too fast on this road. The car's bouncing. Do you not feel it? So they'll just dump their cars, and it's a case of tough, we'll deal with it. So here, at the end of this road, you'll be turning right. Now when you're turning right here, you've got traffic calming measures on this road. So you have to be very careful when you're turning right. If there's any cars on your left, you have to make effective observation. So my advice to you is to actually stop and then turn. And you'll see that car wasn't going 20 miles an hour. Then go when you think it's safe. Look, you see, there's a car coming now. And we're now going to take the next road on the right again, and that'll take you back to the test centre. So you'd start your routine from here. And if there's anyone coming up from the bottom of that road, as in where the blue car was, you'd let them turn in first and go if it's safe. Look in your mirror and go. That's it. Follow the road ahead. Keep your car straight. We're now going to park up somewhere on the left. Anywhere on the left. You're going too fast. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, so that was a whole test route at Heaton Test Centre, and that was me discussing it with somebody that's actually passed their test, but as you can see, they need some more driving lessons, I think. Yeah, maybe just short of a miracle. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be posting another video at some point regarding how to survive in Bradford. Thank you for watching.